Feeling stuck, like you just don't know what to write about and you want to keep moving forward with your writing, but you're just not motivated because nothing's coming to mind? Well, I'm here to help you. This is Prompt a Day, where I show you how easy it is to find a writing prompt to keep you going, to keep those writing muscles exercised easily and simply just from typical things that happen in our everyday lives. Hey, everybody, I'm Ricky Heller from rickyheller.com. I'm a writer, an editor, and a book coach, and I can help you finish your book. And I'm here to show you one of the ways you can keep writing, that is with writing prompts. And then I'm going to challenge you to actually write something based on the prompt, submit it to me, and I will provide a full developmental edit for one lucky reader. I will tell you more about the details at the end of this video. Okay, so today's story has to do with my two dogs, Zoe and Jasper. And we love our dogs in this house. I'm very much a dog person. I've written all about this on Substack, where I had a whole series called Be the Dog for a year, where I wrote about my dogs and life for every week for a year. And you can also see videos and photos of them on highlights on my Instagram account. So Zoe, who is our very smart little cattle dog, I noticed the other night when I was struggling to get comfortable in bed, and she does this often when she thinks that I am having some kind of problem, she came over and put her head right on my stomach and waited for me to calm down. Similarly, the other day when I was scrolling through Instagram, and of course it was a dog rescue that I was looking at, and I was crying and just really couldn't believe how touching the story was. Jasper came over and started whining and pawing me, and he was all concerned about me. And so this got me thinking about this very special and unique connection between people and their dogs. Now, I don't have any other pets, but some people would say there's also a special and unique connection between people and their cats, or people and horses, or people and pigs, people on farms who have animal rescues and interact with turkeys, say there's a special connection with the turkeys. The point is, humans and animals have a very special relationship, or they can. And so that's where I want to go with this one today. What are some of the connections that people have with their pets? Have you ever had a pet who was incredibly special to you? I'm going to talk about how to use this prompt in three ways. One is for a nonfiction article that you could submit to a magazine or newspaper. One is for a personal narrative, which is kind of like a miniature form or an excerpt of a memoir. And the third is for a short story. So if you're writing a nonfiction article, you could easily spin this into an article about what are the connections between people and animals and how have they changed over the decades. I recently read a really interesting article about the evolution of dogs, for instance, and how they have become more attuned to people. There's also all kinds of stories around like TV shows like America's Got Talent, for instance, where people dance with their dogs, and they've done these like really complex choreographies where the dog dances with a person. And so obviously there's something going on there. Dog training, horse training, all of these different things. There are therapies around animals and people, and also things, of course, like emotional support animals. So that's a whole area. You could talk about any of those things. If you're dealing with a personal narrative, of course, it would be a great and touching story to talk about a pet of yours that has meant the most to you and why. And if you can tie that into something that's going on in current events, then that's an even better way to submit that to a newspaper or a magazine or an online site that accepts these kinds of things. And then the third is a piece of fiction. There are so many pieces of fiction around already that talk about animals and people. I don't need to tell you about things like Old Yeller or Black Beauty. I'm going to some of the old ones. I'm sure that there are lots of new ones as well. So along those lines, you could create a story where there is perhaps a special connection between a person and an animal. Another way to go that would be really fun is to tell the story through the animal's perspective and have the animal speaking and telling us what's going on in the story. So that's something that would work really well for a short story too. So here's what I'm going to invite you to do. Please write something. If it's 1,000 words or less, you can submit it to me at ricky@rickyheller.com, and I'm going to choose one at random at the end of the month, and I'm going to provide a full developmental edit with in-text commentary, comments on the margins, and a full summary document with all my recommendations and feedback. And then you can do with that at whatever you would like in order to then revise and maybe send that off for publication. I really want to encourage you to keep writing. This is one way that I can encourage people to write and to show you how easy it is to come up with these kinds of prompts just from your everyday life, even if you think your everyday life isn't all that interesting. I hope it's really helpful. I hope you're getting the hang of it and you're starting to come up with prompts of your own. I would love to hear what some of your prompts are, or if you have ideas for me to share, please do in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. And last thing I'll say is, if you'd like to join us for some writing time where you can actually get these pieces done, every Wednesday I hold an open, free writing group called Write with Ricky. It's a co-writing group where we all come into the Zoom room, we check in, we say hi, and then we write in silence together. It's an amazing energy to just soak up that creativity, that creative energy from other writers. I find it very motivating. It's great accountability because you know that we're going to be there on Wednesday mornings. And if you'd like to join us, again, you can just check the caption below. I'm going to leave all the details for how to join up, and I would love to see you there. Okay, I hope everybody gets writing. Can't wait to read what you have to say, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody.